offer the best grooming products for you. Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be your swagger, your style, class, and luxury. Make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the black, yeah. Grooming company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The black gentleman, yeah. Company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormy B-Man, and I am back. Welcoming you to Stormy B-Man's Boxing Raps for this Thursday, October 17th, 2024. We are calling this one Tszyu Returns October 19th. Yeah, we're going to see the body snatcher return to the ring. You know, he's been off the scene for a while. He had that situation when he faced Sebastian Fundora back in March of this year and suffered a terrible cut over his hairline, which led to he having to have extensive time off for allowing that injury to heal. He was trying to come back in the summer, but the doctors told him it was just a little bit too soon for that. And forgive me, I call him the body snatcher. Is the soul taker is what I was supposed to be calling him. So forgive me for getting that wrong. Tim, don't punch my lights out, because we want to be correct around these parts when we're talking about you fighters out here, because guys can be a little sensitive sometimes, and we want to make sure that we're, speaking appropriately when we talk about you guys. So Tim is returning to the ring this Saturday, and it'll be at the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. I guess he's gonna take on background Bertazaliev, who is another Russian fighter. It's the Russian invasion as of lately in the sport of boxing. Just this past weekend, we saw two of Russia's top light heavyweights come together finally. After several years of it being talked about, they finally came together for an undisputed matchup where we saw Artur Beterbiev take on Dmitry Bivol, and Beterbiev won a majority decision, and Dmitry Bivol decided to file some paperwork, and I guess that makes him kind of soft, We got another soft fighter out there filing documents and everything, because things didn't turn out the way he had hoped, So I want to see how many of you out here who have been going at Devin Haney for justly doing his due diligence and seeking due process, where you guys see that Mr. Bivol, even though he had an opportunity, it was right in his hands to go out there and make something happen against his fellow countrymen, and he wasn't up to task. He couldn't do it, He finished the fight with something left in the gas tank, but there was nothing left around his waist as far as belts, trinkets, trophies. Yeah! So, we are here to talk about some boxing. And there's been a little bit of news through the pipeline this week, huh? There's your usual Tank Davis BS, huh? And followed up by even more BS, huh? From other sectors of the sport. We saw also Ben. Hold on. Wow. Hold on 1 second, people. Sometimes it's funny how you can pull something up on your computer and then it just like goes away or something. What is up with that? It makes you think that somebody else is looking at your stuff. I don't know. This is really weird. Hold on. Gotta hit this. Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say Ben Whitaker, who fought on the undercard of the Beterbiev and Bivol fight. He left the arena early in his match when he and Liam Cameron toppled over the top ring apron and came to a thudding crash where Whitaker couldn't continue to fight. Many feel that he dipped out because Cameron was coming on strong, taking the fight to him and not allowing him to look like his usual loose and disrespectful self out there showboating and trying to show up his opponents. He wasn't able to do that in this instance. And it looked like Cameron was on his way to really turning that bout around. And I would have loved to see Whitaker get his lesson followed through for the entire night, but that was not to be the case. And then we also had just last night, Pro Box TV becoming just like Friday night or Tuesday night fights, man. Those Wednesday night specials where they bring fighters together. And we saw the return to the ring of Chris Colbert following the heels of his December KO loss to Rayo, coming back against another Mexican fighter, Omar Salcido. And Omar showed Chris Colbert what his people do, huh? His people, these people, they showed support for Omar as he thrashed Chris Colbert, who was out there trying to pretend like he was a fighter, huh? He didn't have the answers, and Salcido did. And just as in the Rayo fight, Colbert's cornermen were trying to tell him, look here, man, you got to show us something or we're going to stop this. And just like that, they stopped it, huh? Because Chris was on his way out. Yeah, so Mr. Salcido has a name on his record again, like Rayo. Yeah. So I think that the next time you see Chris Colbert, he'll be the frame taking your tickets when you enter the arena, huh? Yeah. He'll be the guy with the Technicolor hair. Yeah. How about that? Huh? Because I don't think they'll let him near the ring because he doesn't seem to know a thing. Wow. Man, Stormy, that's cold-blooded, but so are vampires, huh? And they are here to suck the blood out of the living, huh? Like Colbert, he sucked the blood out of the fans that was supporting him, you know, being from New York and all. And he managed to turn everything around in a mere matter of months. And I don't think he'll be missed, huh? I don't think he'll be missed. unless there's another young Mexican hopeful ready to step up and step out. Yeah. Let me take a quick moment to see who we got in the building this evening, man. Some of you guys are out there. Listen, we can talk about this thing called boxing this evening. I recognize some faces out there, names and places, huh? And then some I might pretend like I ain't never seen you before. Yeah. Mr. Shelton's in the building. B-Mac, Black Martial Arts Society was good. Antonio MMA, Universal Truth is in the building. BFTB is out there. Salute to you, brother. Raul Garcia's in here, peeping in for the first time. You better watch your steps. That's all I gotta say, Mr. Garcia. Shawalaya is in the building. What's happening with you? Michael Ray II is back. Main Biker in the building saying good evening, Stormy and chats. J-Man is back with us. Shower says, put some pressure on that like button. Yeah. Trill Will is out there. What's happening with you, Trill Will? T-Berry is back. King Style Productions is back in the building. Tequila Fields is back with us saying salute, Stormybman'S. Blessings, Young King. Thank you very much. And let's see who else we got. Soul Power, Gamed Up Kennels is back with us saying salute, Sensei and the family. Huh? Accurate is out there saying salute, Sensei and family. Sherbert. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And let's see who else we got. Shower says he'll be frying chicken at the food stand. Yeah. With that OnlyFans apron on, huh? Probably with nothing on under it because he's weird like that, huh? And that means there ain't nobody buying that food from that food stand. Yeah. J-Man says back-to-back stops by a Mexican, huh? I guess any can get it, huh? Yeah. Shout out to AB, huh? Always a bum. Yeah. Let's see who else we got out there. Main Biker is back with us. What's good with you, Main Biker? He says, oh, okay, I see. Cobra is the black Mexican dude that wear his sombrero backwards. My peoples, these peoples, they don't support, huh? And they didn't support him last night because they pulled the plug on his act, huh? His own people, the corner. Yeah! How about that, huh? See, this is what we see when, you know, you get total revelation. The one thing about ProBox TV, and I don't know if many of you tune in to their broadcast, but they got the Zone and what's the other one? What's the other one that's showing fights out here now? ESPN. They got them beat because they be showing you the corners, man. They show you the corners mic'd up, huh? And sometimes you be hearing that good over there in the corner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Main Biker says, I'm from New York. We don't recognize that black Mexican Cobra. I don't think anybody does. In fact, he may end up on a milk carton very soon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Soul Power says, facts. Sister Shower, he'll have a fried chicken stand, huh? He already giving us nothing but bones. Yeah. Von D Gaming is back with us saying Stormy with the flames. Bullet Gibson says, yo, salute. BFTB sent me here. That's what's up, man. We support one another out here. Welcome, Bullet. How you doing? And who else we got? Mr. Shelter says, smash the like button. The Only Lee Show is out there saying, blessings, Stormy B, man. Good to hear from you always. We got Main Biker says, a chicken selling chicken, huh? Yeah. It's a lot of feathers, man. It's a lot of feathers. And J-Man says, the best ring girls too. Laugh out loud. Hey, man, they do something. And you notice how they don't always, hey, they might go to a commercial every once in a while, huh? But The cameras be right there, don't they? And I think the fans do too, huh? They be right there. So you guys listen, man. Tune in to ProBox TV. They've got good broadcasts, and they are now getting ready to go international. They announced last night on the show that they'll be heading over to Ireland for a show, and they are picking up where ESPN has dropped the ball, and the Zone is trying to do all this other foolishness that don't nobody really care too much for, and Queensberry is very limited. So what we're seeing from ProBox, man, I think they have really tapped into the old Tuesday night and Friday night boxing programming, the audience for that, and then the new audience as well. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they are successful. And man, they are putting on some very competitive bouts. There's been a few upsets on that show, and a couple of knockout of the year candidates on there with these guys at ProBox. So make sure you tune in if you haven't been doing it. And they do have name fighters popping up on there. So you'll look up and you'll see somebody that you recognize. Just like a couple months ago, they had Jared Hurd on there and Jason Rosario, you know. So it's like you will get that type of fare, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? And they've got their own arena. So when you go on and have a bout at ProBox TV, you're fighting at the ProBox arena. So it's great stuff, man. It is great stuff. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for their broadcast. They typically do 2 broadcasts a month, like every other week or every 2 weeks or so. But next week they got a card because they didn't have one last week. And I think they kind of line that stuff up. When they find out that there are other major cards or whatever, they're not trying to necessarily go up against that, which is smart because they save audiences for themselves, you know, as well as try to show the proper type of support for the major cards. Now, every once in a while, there may be, you know, a crossing of the schedules, but this is the kind of thing that you could see that they've listened to us with our complaints. And I say us, I'm talking about the boxing public, you know, because we do not like when some of these promotional companies line their programming up with one another, where you have to pick between the two, or one will start and then an hour or so later another card will start and there's an overlapping, and it's like you got to choose if you want to stay tuned in to the original broadcast or leave that for the new broadcast. I don't like that kind of foolishness. There's plenty of space for everybody to work it out. And the old heads like Queensberry Promotions with Frank Warren and Matchroom with Ed Hearn and Bob Arum's Top Rank, they are notorious for doing that to us. So, you know, our complaints have been heard a little bit with ProBox. You know, if Japan can give us crappy Monster Inoue and his cousins on a Monday morning, you know, at 5:30 in the morning, from Japan, then we can tune in on a Wednesday night for ProBox TV at 6 p.m. I don't know. You tell me who got the worst, huh? Who got the worst of it? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Who else we got out here? We got King Style Productions out there saying Top Ranks and DAZN need to take notes from ProBox. Absolutely, man. And stop putting on like Matchroom are flooding the market with boxing matches, but with a whole bunch of bullcrap boxing, man. That's like some of that stuff, man. You could go and watch those guys fight at the Park District, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Todd Swindle says salute Stormy B in the chat. C Money, Bed Styles out there saying salute Stormy B. BF sent me here. Brooklyn is in the building. Yeah, welcome, C Money. Welcome. Michael Ray II says they did Lamont Roach previous fight. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, and man, Bikers, if ProBox promised me the destruction of a raccoon or a yard, yeah, I will be tuning in religiously. King Style says, facts, Sensei, there are 7 days in a week. Use them. Hey, man, listen, there was a time when HBO was airing, you know, pay-per-views, TVKO and the like. Sometimes they'll be on a Monday night. Sometimes they'll be on a Thursday night. They wasn't always like set up for a Saturday night. You know, so ProBox being on Wednesdays, that's a solid, man. It breaks your week up. You come out of a weekend where you just watched a great fight like we saw this past weekend with Bitter Beef and Bivol. Then on Wednesday, we get to see Chris Colbert get stopped again in the second fight in a row. And now we're warming up and have warmed up for Tszyu coming up this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So that's good boxing as far as I'm concerned. Very good boxing. Yeah. J-Man says, Top Rank been doing Friday night fights low key. Yeah, but look at who they've been putting on and look at how they've been promoting it and everything. You know, I don't believe that there's a liveliness behind what Top Rank is doing. Bob is on his way out. The people who he's going to leave that show in the hands of, I'm not so certain it's gonna survive very well. See, he could have done things a little bit differently, but he's trying to be a tightwad at these later years of his life. These should be the years that he's just enjoying boxing and letting these young guys, you know, sow their oats. But he's not doing that. He's still trying to hunker down and tighten the grip on the sport and everything. Listen, man, you can't be forever young, Even Don King is starting to fade into the backdrop now because both of you are almost 100 years old. How long did you think, You ain't gonna be here forever. You ain't, You ain't. So, but hey, we're gonna get something. But yeah, let's talk about what's coming up this weekend with Mr. Tszyu. Now, the last time we saw Mr. Tszyu, he was messing around in that ring with Sebastian Fundora, man. And Fundora had an ill-advertent elbow that cracked him in the top of his head, opening up a very nasty gash that saw Tim look like he was more a candidate for the slaughterhouse, than the boxing ring, because he bled like a stuck pig, man. There was blood everywhere that night. And I think they should have stopped that fight, but they let it go way beyond when they could go to the scorecards. And by that time, I think they felt stuck to just go the distance. But it was a terrible call by his corner. And I'm going to tell you something, man. This fight he has coming up against, what's his name? Khalid Murtazaliev. This guy is not really a cupcake, you guys. Bakram Murtazaliev. Bakram, forgive me for saying his name. A lot of these Russian guys are coming over here with these names, and I got a lot of them in my head. But this guy Bakram is like a smaller version of Better Beef. He's 31 years of age. He's 6 foot tall, which is a few inches taller than Tszyu. And he's a strong punching fighter. He's never fought a fighter on Tszyu's level, though. That's the only thing that is of consequence here, because this Russian fighter is strong, he's aggressive, And in this junior middleweight division, he's still bringing what you like to see as far as that aggressive nature. Now, the guy that Crawford fought, Madrimov, had more of a boxing style and a boxer's temperament. Bakram is not like Madrimov. He coming to take your head off. And that's where Tszyu is going to have to be careful. I hope he doesn't go into this very casual, because he's going to find himself in a real battle. And Sebastian Fundora didn't have the type of punching power to hurt Tim at all, but he boxed him at range and distance with his extremities and kept Tim at a place of discomfort, along with that horrible cut that he had. But Bakram is going to go after him. And if he's not reckless, but he does it with controlled aggression and knows how to go in and set shots up and things of that nature, this could end up being a slugfest. And if you guys remember when Tszyu fought Brian Mendoza back in October of last year in Australia, you know, Mendoza brought the fight to him, but Tim was able to weather that storm. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't think that Mendoza is as dangerous as Murtazaliev. I'm telling you, man, there's something to be watched. And if he does get Tszyu, just remember, because you don't, and I've said this before on lives, just because you don't know somebody doesn't mean that they're nobody, huh? Bakram's biggest name to date is Jack Culcay, whom he fought earlier this year in April. And he stopped Culcay quite easily, took his head off and left it in his promoter's lap. So he may be trying to do the same thing to Tszyu. There are some fights out there of his that are on YouTube and everything. So you could go and kind of Google this guy and take a look at him. But you're going to find out, man, some of these fighters, and I'm going to tell you, these guys who've been sitting on the sidelines, waiting around and stuff, the Erickson Lubins, the Jamel Charlos, and all of them guys, these young, hungry fighters are going to come and eat you guys up like Pac-Man. Because activity is paramount in a fighter's career. And these guys have had a little taste of some bucks, meaning dollars. And they, you know, spend all their money on the thoughts and whatnots. And in the meantime, these young Russian, Ukrainian fighters are coming up and they're going to give you blood clots because you guys ain't got sensibility to keep your asses in the gym and hone your craft. Some of these men got over 200 fights in amateurs. That means that they've been learning how to fight a long time. Some of you guys done had a street fight or two and think you the baddest man on the block. Well, guess what? In America, there's a lot of blocks. In the other nations, there's a lot of blocks. Some places are known as the Eastern and Western Bloc. And you guys can't even measure up to those blocks. So I don't know what's wrong with you. But just like in the NFL, you know, they have a draft every year, right? And a new receiver comes out, a new quarterback comes out, a new running back comes out, a new lineman comes out. And you could have the guy who was player of the year on your team. But there's a new guy coming out of school that's better than him, or has the potential to be better than him. And they can draft him and void your contract that they was paying you all that money and get this other guy that's a rookie on the cheap. Yeah, the NFL is something else, ain't it? It tells the truth, just like boxing. But hey, man, it's going to be Russia against Australia. I favor Tszyu because Tim has the fight experience. I mean, when you look at the names that he has, Terrell Gaucher, Tony Harrison, Carlos Ocampo, Brian Mendoza, Sebastian Fendora, over his last 5 fights. Only Jack Coquet name stands out for Bakram. But I do believe if Bakram fought those names that I just ran off, he does away with those guys. That's how good I think he is. And then he could become starstruck when he gets in there with Tszyu, and then it all goes by the wayside. But you never know. This is why they got to fight the fights. He's 22-0 with 16 KOs. Yep. So we'll see. We'll see. If you guys have heard of this guy, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if you've heard of him. But he is he's gonna bring it. He's gonna bring it. And I want to see it. And hats off to Tszyu, because this is a fight where, you know, it's gonna be for something. It's for the IBF super welterweight title also. Now, I don't know. I thought Bud fought for the IBF, or was that the WBA when he fought Madrimal? See, that's the one thing about all these belts, man. All these belts be floating out there. You don't really know them until somebody who has a known name and reputation is rocking the belt. So I would like to see these guys put on a very good show. Put on a very good show. So, yeah. Only Antonio say he's seen them, huh? That's funny how people don't respond. You ask them to do something, write something in the chat or whatever. They don't never do that. But then you could be talking about something, and here they go trying to detract you from what you're talking about and everything by writing stupid foolishness in the chat. Man, I don't like that at all. Yeah, Antonio, and there's nothing wrong with that because it shows, you know what I mean? And I can respect that. You know, these people who like to sit back and just, you know, critique you and talk stuff to you and everything, but they can't respond. You know, it's like, why is that worth respect? Huh? Well, Shower, yeah, that's a good thing. You know, you pass on some of those culinary skills. You know what I mean? Not just for her to be able to do it with someone else or whatever, but it's good for a person to be able to feed themselves. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good stuff. Teach her well, huh? And if she's nice and she's sweet and she finds somebody nice and sweet and they can be sweet on each other, and guess what? You know, it is all harmonious. Yep. But talking about some of the other stuff that's going on in the sport of boxing, you know, Devin Haney is still getting a lot of flack from some of these fighters out here. Like Blair Cobbs has been bumping his gums lately, talking mess. You know, don't really care for Blair Cobbs at all. You know, I was so glad when that cat knocked him out a couple years ago. But now he, you know, referring to Devin like as a coward and stuff. And Connor Ben saying certain things about Devin as well. And I'm like, You know, Conor Ben should really keep his PED infested trap shut. With he over there, he can't even box in his own country no more because those people have dropped the gauntlet on his vampire looking butt. And he got the nerve to talk about someone that's world accomplished, like Devin Haney. Devin has gone to other countries and shined bright like a diamond. What has Conor Ben done? Except for put more tattoos on his body, more PEDs in his body than anyone else, And then when he gets popped for it, he lies about it, Sound familiar, That formula sounds very familiar, doesn't it? And then ever since they took him out of there and he's possibly not using presently, guess what? The knockouts stopped, Isn't that a coincidence? Hell no, it ain't, It ain't no coincidence. Man, I tell you, these guys are something else. But Blair Cobbs, yeah, I would like to see him get knocked out again. Fake Ice-T, little illegitimate son. Yeah, running around here. Somebody show that boy something and close his mouth for him, That's what he needs. Running around here. He'll never be able to accomplish half of the stuff that Devin has accomplished in his career. He won't touch the economic finances that Devin has touched, and he won't face the record books like Devin will. So he might as well just shed his trap, and get ready to become someone else's, knockout victim. Yeah. Yeah, Ice-T, illegitimate son running around here. Ever since Ice-T got on TV, you remember when he was doing his rap thing and he's doing his music and he was in the movie Colors. Not Colors, but what's it? You know the movie, Surviving the Game and all of that. That was Ice-T. And I guess when he got that bit of fame back there, you know, he kind of met a lady or something, and next thing you know, Blair is out there, and he only running his trap because maybe Pops wasn't around, And he needs somebody to knock him down. He running his mouth like he is. Yeah, King Style says would love to see Conor get knocked out. I think you got to get in a long line there, King Styles, because I'm first. I'm first, I've been talking about that PED user and drug cheat for a long time, He comes from a lineage of questionable ethic fighters. Yeah, I said it. And he's out there right now. They were trying to get him doped up, juiced up against Chris Eubank Jr. Ain't that something? And Chris Eubank Jr. is not a world beater by any means. But why are you trying to get out there against Chris Eubank, And you got all the X-Men fluids going through your body, What's wrong with you? Drug cheat, man. Steph Brown, what's happening with you, bro? J-Man says, yeah, Roach has stopped all his momentum. Yeah, man. I'm glad, too. Didn't he look funny being knocked out? King Style says silver spoon drug cheat. Man, he gonna listen. Why is it when these dudes pop dirty, they blame it on something else? but you are responsible for what you put in your body. So you could have banned substances in your body, but it's somebody else's fault. That does not fly. That does not fly. I'm so sick of it, man. The sport really is hurting as a result of these guys doing these things. There's like a handful of clean fighters out there, a handful across the weight classes. And then you have guys who have name and name association, and they dirty. That needs to be corrected. Totally needs to be corrected. Another news update is word has it that Big Frage Clark, who was stopped brutally in one round over last week's fight against Fabio Wardley, he left the stadium immediately after the fight and had immediate surgery on his left jaw. It was broke or fractured in 2 places. They were able to do something to build the status of his jaw back up. And it turns out that he's going to need somewhere between 6 to 12 weeks of recovery, but he's going to be fine. And that's very good news for he and his family. They say that the substances that they use to repair his jaw is going to be stronger than ever. So that's a good thing. I don't know how they do that. They said that they didn't have to cut him or anything. So I don't know how they do that. And I don't really want to know. It's like, 'cause unless I had to have it done for myself, but that's an amazing surgery that they can do. That's crazy. Yeah, man, biker. That looked kind of weird though, right? You saw it right away. Man, that doggone Fabio Wardley, man, he hit that dude with the blow of death. That was some dim mock that he put on Big Frage Clark, man. Yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm reading back on the comments here. Shower says they aren't making people pay who are caught. And that's the biggest problem right there. If you penalize these men who are cheating properly, you could get this done in a day or two, really that quickly. But by not penalizing these fighters who pop dirty, you just get, like, look at Dillian White. That guy popped dirty like 4 times. How is he allowed back? Big Baby Miller, a couple times, with multiple substances. And there's something else that you guys need to know about the guys who pop dirty. Sometimes when they're juicing, they do things like retire after a fight. When they retire or announce retirement, the drug testing stops if they are enrolled in drug testing. Some of them will wait a duration. That there's a wait for fighters. Like you could have a 90-day wait. You could have a 6-month wait. And when you have that weight, you can announce during that time, oh, I'm retired. I think I want to hang it up or whatever. They'll stop testing you, even if you're lying. Tyson Fury is a master of that, but there are a few others too. Ryan Garcia, the micromanaging doper. Yeah. This guy just had a challenge issued to him last week by Bill Haney. And the Haney camp saying, hey, if you want to face us in a rematch, sign up for this OSTD, you know, or just listen. This is something that's very serious. You could sign up for drug testing and continue to train. Since he said he was training for a fight anyway, in case the fight comes along, train, get in that drug testing. You know why he doesn't do it? Because he's still doing it. He's still doing it, man. Main biker, I think Eddie Hearn settled on that. I think that was a settled thing. And it probably has an NDA on it. Yeah, main biker Povetkin, he was out there multiple times over. And he has some kind of billionaire backing him. You know, it's like, this is the whole thing, man. It's like, what if they kill somebody in the ring and they got that stuff in their system? Saying I'm sorry doesn't get it, doesn't cut it. Yeah, main biker, you have to question everybody who wants to go through a system of due process. Because due process just simply means you have an opportunity to be heard in fair play and to have the court of justice, you know, decide on an outcome for to compensate you for your losses and everything. And that's, there's nothing wrong. If you don't have that in this world, then lawlessness will be abound, which is almost anyway, because the world has changed where even in justice, you're not seeing being meted out. And it seems like criminals are getting away and just people are having to pay. And that's not cool at all. You don't want to see a bunch of vigilantes out here, people taking the law into their own hands. Yeah, main biker, when he was begging to come home, he was begging to be in the outhouse, the servants' quarters, He wasn't in Eddie's house, though. That's the thing. Can I come home? You know, go out there and make sure you put Fido's bowl inside and you have your plate on the outside. That's how they do it. Remember when Eddie hosted those fights a couple of years ago from his plantation estate? The plantation where he and his family had some of those UK fighters' ancestors, Yeah. Some people just don't know, man. They just don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this image I got up on the screen of boxing news, you got two white dudes beating up each other, huh? See, that's psychological. I want y'all to know that. That's not like, oh, I just found a nice shot. No, that's done with purpose. Yep. Stormy B Man always doing something, man. It has a different type of outlook, man. Everything ain't what it seems, but more. Oh, and for some of you who may not know this, I simulcast this on my Patreon this evening because I want, content to constantly be on my Patreon. And I have Patreon members, but this is on a public part of Patreon just to draw the audience over to take a look. So if you have a Patreon account, you can go to Stormy B Man page and you can check out the live streams that I've put up, including tonight, just to have content to follow. Yeah. Let's see, we're going to have a word from my brother, the Focus Ball. Yeah.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah, got to get you some of that gear. And listen, you guys, you know, for the Stormy B-Man merchandise, we have also now new merchandise, and it's through the brother A Weapons, huh? And that new merchandise is something that we're enjoying. New designs and just totally a different feel with some of the new stuff, and you guys should check that out. I had asked some of my renters to kind of post my stuff in the chat for me, and I can see nobody has done that, so I'm gonna have to find it for myself and post it, because you see how I see you guys over there on Champ Side and certain other channels, and you be doing it without the brother even asking you, and he's like, oh, you come over here to Stormy B, man, and you just sit around and just be with your fingers in your butt. And I don't know what's up with that, but I don't like it, huh? Because I keep telling you, it's like, you know, you either with me or you're against me, huh? And I don't like how people be working against me. I am very vociferous about stuff like that, because I ask very little and get even less. Yeah. So, what? So what I do. But yeah. Sitting up there. But that's the end of my show. I'm only gonna be on here an hour because I'm tired. I start my day very early. Yeah, shower. The link is in the description box for the new content. Like on the videos, I forgot to put it in today's show, but I'm actually, I can edit it right now and put it in today's show. That's the one thing I can do. Merchandise. Put that in there. Let's see here. Yeah. Put it in there. Because with this link, it take you over to A Weapons page, and you just punch in Stormy in the search engine, and it comes up. I just updated it, Shaw. I edited it during this live. I have to do it for another show too. Let's see here. I can do that before I get out of here, because that way people can get that. Yeah, one of the reasons it was like that was because the brother A Weapons, he just started getting that going for me last week. So let me see, is that in my Answering the Bell show from earlier? Answering the Bell. Yeah, it's in the Answering the Bell. Yeah. Yeah, so I just updated the past couple of live streams, so it's on there now. And the live stream that's coming up, the Nerds on Culture, I'm gonna make sure it's in there too. Oh yeah, it's in there. Yeah, because it's all about copying and pasting, I guess. Well, I want to thank BFTB and I Am Trail Will stopping in this evening. You brothers brought some company over with you. I appreciate the referrals. And even if tonight's subject wasn't up their alley, there's always something good to be had on the Stormy B Man channel. This is not the typical channel. This is a little bit more eclectic. And some people can't handle certain things, and that's okay, because it's not for everybody, and I understand that. But you can always get something worth your while here. So with that being said, you guys enjoy those fights coming up this weekend. I do believe ESPN has some matches on tomorrow night as well. But you guys make sure you check out the fights. There will be a post-fight after Tszyu and Mirzalatayev, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it all. So shout out to the mighty LDBC. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to share the content. Share it. Those of you who got platforms, those of you who got social media, share the content, man. Share it. When you share it, that tweaks the algorithms. It makes people go to YouTube searching, and Stormy B Man be right up there at the top, and they be like, oh yeah, this is that guy that was talking. Do your part. I continue to do mine. Peace. God be with you all.